The economy is barely growing. Living standards are continuing to go backwards, and Australians are feeling poorer for it.
It's no respite, mate. Like, your salaries aren't growing with cost of living.
We're basically working just to pay off our bills as opposed to really spending time with our kids.
I'm currently working about 4 jobs right now.
As more Australians tighten their belts, this greengrocer has noticed his sales are falling.
I never seen things this tough before. I've been in this industry since 1985.
The economy grew at just 0.2% in the 3 months to June, and 1% for the year. Outside the pandemic, that's the weakest growth since the 1990s recession. Government spending provided a lifeline, up 1.4% on public sector wages and social benefits like Medicare and the NDIS. But individually, Australians continued to go backwards in what's known as a per capita recession. Cash-strapped consumers barely put any money aside, and household spending fell by 0.2%, with luxuries like air travel and eating out taking a big hit.
This is the inevitable consequence of global economic uncertainty, persistent but moderating inflation, and higher interest rates.
Households are in a recession. A GDP per person recession has been going now in this country for 18 months.
Economist David Bassanese says record levels of immigration have been keeping the economy afloat.
More people coming into the country, that's more people demanding housing, demanding goods, so it's been contributing to economic growth.
High migration is masking the backwards movement in GDP, and what we can see is a pattern emerging of economy bigger, people poorer, which is a matter of great concern. For businesses specifically,
like some of these food brands.
These are the sort of products that suppliers are struggling to clear because of the typically higher price point that they enter in the market at.
Sisters Katie and Maggie Quatch are trying to appeal to cost-conscious consumers by buying up the excess stock of these products and selling them for cheap.
Every dollar counts more than ever right now. They're open to the idea of consuming products past their best before date or having a shorter shelf life than they would expect at your standard supermarkets.
With more customers scrimping and saving, businesses across the nation are having to cut costs. That's precisely the outcome the Reserve Bank wants, and why it's lifted interest rates aggressively over the past couple of years. But economists say some respite may not be far away.
I think a rate cut by February is definitely possible. It's actually my expectation. I actually do think that we are going to get further declines in inflation in the next 2 inflation reports, which will give the RBA scope to start to cut interest rates early next year.
Which will boost business at Max Philippe's store. He says at the moment, customers are giving up fresh food to get by.
People are looking more for alternatives, and sales on frozen goods have gone up.
As the sour taste of high inflation continues to bite.